Fubara. Find out details of that there. No apologies for sending my kids to private school, Governor Fubara. Well, there are many ways to look at it. If you look at it from a moral standpoint, you would say, well, to lead by example or to draw the attention that is required to our public schools, it would make a lot of sense if we have our public office holders have their kids in those public schools so that they would know the need and the urgency required to put those schools in good condition. But then if you look at it from a constitutional point of view, you would say he has a right. You can't live, it's a freedom. He has a right to decide where he wants to send his children to. You can't deprive him of that right. It's the reason why politicians send their children abroad, private schools, but then our public schools are in the shape that they are in, which is something that should be really looked at as soon as possible. Petrol subsidy. Diri unveils 106 vehicles. That's the one you would find there coming from Bayelsa State. My name is Ifeami Andrew. Commercial is underway. Stay tuned.
Nigeria Info will be right back.
And we open the phone lines now to get your response. Quite a few more headlines on the Vanguard. We'll be touching on some of them. The numbers to call are 0817-923-0003, 0817-923-0003. Don't forget that the WhatsApp number is 08090306416. We'll take some of the WhatsApp messages for a start. The WhatsApp says continuous increase of petrol price without no alternative is inhuman because people are really suffering. The present administration should repair or build new refineries. Okudili, she sent that one in. I think federal government is sharing this jumbo allocation among the 3 towns of government for month of July to cushion out the effect of subsidy removal. Now that governor has paid 70% of his cardinal, let this money be used fully on Rivers people and Victor from Egbema. I do not know where you heard that federal government is sharing jumbo allocation of 3. I don't know. That information has not come from anywhere that the government is sharing money. You said you think, so perhaps it's just your thoughts, but there's nothing official of such anywhere. Good morning, Mr. Andrew. Calabari Indigenous disagree with Governor Fubara on proliferation of illegal arms. This is a step in the right direction because the private security on Emo Adegama Road are protecting lives and property on that road on daily basis. They should be commended, not asking them to leave. Or on Atek Clinton West. Well, I don't know if they were asked to leave. I think I didn't also hear the governor mention any names. He only talked about people carrying guns publicly and moving around, which is against the provisions of the laws of this country, of this land. People brandishing weapons, if you're not a security official, you're not allowed to. It does not take away the fact that you cannot be a private security outfit. But then there is no law that allows you to be brandishing weapons just around because you're doing a security job. Constitutionally, that is wrong. We can't deny that. That is there. So I'm pretty sure if that would happen, then some conversations would have to be had with the government and security apparatus, and then they find a way to handle it. Hector, the people giving the governor information on the Emo Calabari road should not misinform him. That road once upon a time used to be one of the most dangerous roads to travel in Rivers State because of persistent kidnapping and killing of people on that Emo Calabari road for years without any government intervention. If not for the intervention of Asari Dokubo private security, who knows how many people would have been kidnapped on a daily basis. Another person says, good morning, presenter. The NLC threat to organize nationwide strike over the new pump price of petrol is selfish. Let the government and labor unions stop mocking and deceiving suffering Nigerians. They should rather refurbish the refineries. For me, if NLC will go on any strike, I think it should be for the refineries to work. If labor, anybody will be protesting, it's not bring down the price. No. Shut down the country until you see the refinery working. If there's a protest you want to do, I think that should be what it should be about. The refinery is working. It's unfortunate, pathetic, and embarrassing that a nation like Nigeria, blessed with natural resources, including crude oil, allows our citizens to suffer and die in poverty. Shame to all political leaders. Aboyo Kinsey from Rumokuta, he sent that one in. Okay, JJ is calling from Rumigbo. Good morning, JJ.
Yeah, Andrew. Good morning.
All right, go ahead.
If I had the governor, my governor, Fubara, well, he was telling the army that there was somebody brandishing arms, sophisticated arms, on video. That was his way. He never talked about the Amama and Apapa soldiers guiding the MOR road. He said video. So for me, I think they should listen well and watch very well before reacting. I also remember when Obama was the president of America, why the law says president's children should attend public school, his own children attend private school. And when he was called, you know what he said? He said he will spend more putting his children in public school because you have CIA, FBI following to school and all the expenses put together. They said those schools that the children are attending are already having those security apparatus on ground. That is why he has to save money for the U.S. government. And I think that's the same thing my governor is saying, that he doesn't have apology sending his children to private school. And for NLC calling Congress, in short, I don't know. I don't think anything good can come from Bethlehem. Thank you very much.
All right, good morning. Good news in Mount 3. Good morning.
Good Good morning, my brother, man.
Good morning, good news.
Thank you very much. Let me continue with the issue of Governor Fubara sending children to school, to public schools. Yes, in as much as it is the constitutional system that anyone can send his children to any of the schools in night. Presently, it has not been passed into the law in Nigeria. But if you want to prove to me that you are the law, because I first now it's not the same in charge and the CSO of Rivers State, he should be able to pull his children and put them in public schools so that he will know what will happen, like on RFID. He should be able to take himself or his wife or children to private health sectors to know how the health sectors are, like Amechi did, took his son to PMH for operation. You are talking about America. That's America. You know that story is not true, it's not correct. The way he said it, my friend said it. Well, that is for them. Then my concern now is about that he will give Rivers State better living. How will Rivers State have better living by the governor of Fubara when the university have been their jobs have been terminated for 9 months? Nobody considered them. Some of them have borrowed money to pay rent. Some of them have borrowed to eat, believing that they will be paid so that they will clear their debt. Instead, they send them to the forest to go and see. The civil servants, no promotion for today, and you are talking about better living. Start from the civil servants that is working with you directly. I don't like what I hate.
All right, good news. John in Omudioga, good morning.
Morning, Ife Andrew.
Right, go on, John.
Yes. Klabare, as usual, a headline news said that the Klabare people prepared or speak about what governor said yesterday, that army should go ahead and mobile arms in that axis. Governor Fubara was in the River State here last year before Amama Soldier came. That Emo transfer by road was no-go area by kidnappers. They kidnap every day, virtually every day. If it is not help of Amama Soldier, that place is a trap zone. And now there is university, River State University in that zone. And without these people, how would they cope? If you ask me, without this Amama Soldier, that road is no go area, that transcriber road, every day kidnapping, and somebody is saying that they should more about arms. And secondly, Governor Fubara said he has no regret in sending his child to private school. Now he's a governor, he has the money, he's in possession of River State money, he's managing our commonwealth, he has no apology to apologize to any person. What are the people sending their children to government school? Are they no human being like him? Now he should lead by example. Giving him our mandate, or people giving him our mandate to rule. For now,
all right, John.
Decide otherwise.
Thank you very much. I don't think the governor's children started going to private school when he became governor. I'm pretty sure they've been going to private school way before he became governor. Way before. So I wouldn't see how you said now that his governor is in control of, well, that's why he is. I'm sure they've been attending private schools long before now, so that would not be the case. Again, I think I liked how Good News put it, and I said it before. From a moral standpoint, and because of how Nigerians feel, and we all think, we would say, it makes a lot of sense if these political public office holders have their kids attend the public schools, just so that it would bring attention to those schools and proper provisions will be made to equip those schools and see that they function better. From a moral standpoint, very understandable. But constitutionally as well, there's no law that says you must send your child to a government school because you are a governor or a commissioner or a minister, or there's none of such. So you cannot bend a person to do it. If he chooses not to, that's his own personal decision, and is where we are. But then one thing we know is that our public schools need attention one way or the other. It should be given the attention it deserves. Uche Kanineche, good morning.
Andrew, good morning.
Yes, you're welcome.
Yes, people are cracking their heads this morning regards to Fubara sending his son to primary school and private school, and saying he has no apology. Just as you have said it now, those children have been in private school before he became a governor. And even if he send his children to primary school in Omekemeche, people will also find fault. I believe we should be talking about how Mr. Dimpa told us this morning to expect fuel to increase more than we are buying it now. And on that note, I want to remind Dr. Obele, the IDMAN chairman, his statement on 3rd of this month, asking us not to panic over the new speculation of fuel to rise to 700 naira per liter. And today we are almost there. Dr. Obele, are you hearing my voice? And this morning, Dr. Dimpa is on it again, asking us, maybe flesh and blood has revealed it to him, that any moment from now, the liter of petrol will increase to 1,000. And we left what we are saying, and we are saying a different thing. Federal government has come out to tell us that they said 500 billion naira on the cost of subsidy removal. Where is the money now? Yesterday, passenger trains from Eche to Igruta, passenger trains from Igruta to Eneka, and we are not saying anything about it. Labour has come out this morning to tell us they will summon a meeting. Is it to summon a meeting to go and eat and come back and tell us they have suspended the strike? Please, we are suffering.
All right.
Last night, they said,
Never
Conde weekend again, collect light. Andrew, help me back then.
Let's go to Nkoro now.
Let them give us light, make we manage.
All right, Ida, good morning.
Thank you very much. I want to plead with Jam to forgive Mesoma, for most of us committed sin, just like what he preached this morning. They should forgive her. Then about the Kalabare houses, Sim love Kalabare people, and I believe that road will be completed by Sim administration. That Trans-Calabar road will be finished, and all that road in Kalabare houses will be done by Sim. So Sim love Kalabare people. And about the private school matter, Sim children have been in private school since, not even today. So not because Sim the children went to private school, no. So I don't agree with anybody that we talk about Sim. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you.
The governor of
Thank you very much. Temple is in Oyigbo. Good morning, Temple.
Good morning, the very distinguished Ifemi Andrew, always doing the needful for us.
Go ahead.
The very distinguished Ifemi Andrew, I'm even trying to crack my head this morning. You know, some of us are talking over the statement credited by my amiable governor, Governor Singh. See, whether we like it or not, some of us that are talking here, have we asked ourselves which school is even our own children going? Can't we live by example? I tell you for free, if some of them even have the opportunity of becoming counselor, they will pull out their own children from the school where the present school they are now to a better one. See, the governor has said it, that he owe nobody any apology or even no regret at all. And that is the best thing. And he has pushed forward his commitment in making sure that our public schools, see the best. And that is what we should be concerned about. The man has said it clear. And for me, he owes us that respect. That is what he owes us. See, we cannot continue to cry more than the belief. The governor has done the needful. He has said it and he has finished it. In fact, it is fine. If you don't like it, like my sister rightly said, you bring your own children to UMHM school. That is the best thing you can do for your children. But if you have the money to give them the best, it's not bad. But I want to appeal to Labour. The last time I checked, Labour has consistently been selfish and self-centered. They have no interest of Nigerian person, not even one in their budget. All they are after is what they will get. The demand of a salary increment, as if all the Nigerians are earning salary. For me,
all right,
I will always appeal to Mr. President. Please make it a soft landing for us.
Thank you very much. Let's go to Chi now. Chukudi is on the line. Chukudi, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, Chikudi, go on.
I think the pronouncement by the governor, to me, is quite unfortunate. Nobody stops his children for being in a private school. My own children are all in private school. But as a governor, he takes responsibility. The nature of our public school here is not even what the governor should come in the public to talk of. Talkers of referring to America, where we have standard. See, when leadership is entrusted in your hand, that's the way you manage the leadership. It's not what, if I not to have attended that party, I thought to me, if I had to suggest, the governor of Rivers is all not to have attended that party and make such a pronouncement. Very, 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 very annoying. I'm talking about Bayelsa rolling out 100 buses. We don't need this situation to begin to organize our private, our transportation sector in Nigeria. Go to Lagos and see what transportation is doing to that city.
let these governors here organize transport system within our state here so that people will not trek again, because me, I've counted everything. I've decided to manage my life. But those of them that complain they are trekking, you better learn how to, because the situation has come. Everybody get to bear. Please let our governors organize private transport system that will go around the 23 local government rather than rolling out 17 buses for just 23 local governments. Quite unfortunate.
Right,
thank you very much.
All right, Chukwudi. How are those buses at the moment functioning? How effective they are? I think it's something we're also trying to get feedback from the people who have been using it, how effective they are. And if the government can also share more information as to whether there are plans to provide more. The fuel price has gone up even further, which makes the small, I don't know if I should call it palliative, but which makes the temporary measures that has been provided look almost too small. It requires more now to be done because of the situation of things at the moment. Susie Nerema, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Andrew.
Welcome.
Yeah. The vision and priority and mission statements of the St. Fubara's blueprint has been to better the life of Rivers people. And to that extent, measures are also being taken this time around. And then if you look at the issue concerning sending his son or daughter to private school, like other speakers have said, it is not now that it started. Good News Amadi is my friend. We know each other, we meet every day. He's in the Rumoti primary school behind his house. None of his child is there. So if I also have opportunity to take my son, and Singh is also responding to a statement that was issued by some person from some quarters who actually advocated that he should send his children to school, and that was the response. He is not coming to challenge anybody that he must send his children. It is his own right. Okay, if I become anything today, as I am here now, I have a child. My children will not even go to any private school, any of the public schools, I mean to say. Because if you go to the public schools, it's not as if they are not good, but I have a choice. I also have the right constitutionally to do that. So that is it. And there was never a time since Fubara mentioned Amama soldiers not to come in and fight for whatever, protecting their community. After all, we will have us back in Onega. They are working, but that does not mean that the government will flip their eye on people who are producing hand in our community and causing problems. So people should not bring politics inside this thing. Same have right to send his son or daughter to public.
All right, Susie, thank you very much. Thank you, Susie. I don't think this should even be something we discuss. Like, does the governor sending his child to a private school stop the government from making sure our public schools work? I don't think it should be what we'll discuss. As much as you understand why people are saying politicians should have their children in public schools, it's almost like saying that Nigerians should not travel abroad or doctors should not travel abroad. Because people think Nigeria isn't working, they have a chance to travel, they travel. Meanwhile, many people say, you that is traveling, who will now make the Nigeria better for you? Is it not you that need to be here? Some people travel abroad and go start their businesses abroad, and they are doing great abroad, and they left the country. It's technically what is happening to our private schools. So you see the sense in why people are complaining, because the more we leave the public schools and go to private schools, the public schools would not get the attention they deserve. But overall, whether your child is there or not does not mean government should not do what government should do. So the call should not be, bring your child to the public school. Fix the public schools. If your child don't want to come, it's not our business. We don't care. Just make sure our public schools are good, are functioning well. We have quality education there, good standard of learning, quality teachers, needed materials, good learning environment. Just provide that. We don't care if your child comes or not. It's not our business. We don't want to know. That is what the conversation should be. Because anybody has a right to travel anywhere, send their kids anywhere they want, as long as they have the resources to do so. But the public institutions should be made, the public education schools should be made should be brought to standard. That's all. Lock-in Berkeley, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Andrew.
You're welcome.
Let's not beg for leniency. I really want Jam to forgive her.
Oh, lucky, you have to call back. For Mesoma, it's shocking. I think more needs to be, maybe we're not getting all of the details, because it's not like her score was bad. So I'm pretty sure in between her going to see her result and getting our original result, something has transpired. For me, I was talking to somebody and I still feel like we should have questions should be asked as to whether or not she decided to do that on her own, or she had influence of some people who said, oh, we can do this to get this, or do that, or do that. Oh, your score is already high, let's just increase it a bit. Because ordinarily her score was great, was fantastic. So still would not understand. Mufasa from NTA Road, good morning.
Yeah, hi Andrew, good morning.
Go ahead.
I think you've said it all as regards whether the governor has right to send his kids to private school or public school. And for me, what you've said is very, very instructive. The governor sending his kids to private school does not stop the governor from improving the quality of our private schools. Like myself, I'm not a governor, I'm not even a councillor, but my kids are in private school. But what should be calling on the government is to see how you can improve the quality of the government school. And they started doing that. So people should chill and watch as the governor, roll out the plans that he has for educational sector. But having said that, you see, I want to say that the gentleman who responded to the governor as to regard whether civilians should be getting firearms or not, I mean, I think that response is inconsequential. What is the position of our laws? Does our laws allow civilians to be brandishing firearms? That is what we should be reacting to. So for me, I think that overheating the policy, let us see how we can still help, collaborate with our, well-established security authorities to provide security for our people. Let us not begin to struggle to fight ourselves. The government wants to be in the state, and those who have contributed should also continue to do so.
All right, thank you. We'll take two more calls. Clinton is in Bori. Clinton, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Andrew.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, the NLC meeting in regard to the price of PMS, the hiking price of PMS, I think it's a good one. And I also urge them to ensure that they put the government on their feet, because the refineries have to work. Everything is centered on the price of PMS. The prices of commodities in the market is centered on the price of PMS. And we have to have our refineries work so that the common Nigerians can afford some commodities in the market. Then secondly, on the statement of Sim Fubara, I think it is very, very important that public officers guide the way they make all transits in public. Me, I'm not saying that his children must be in public schools, but they say, if you don't know where, if your leg is not in the shoe, you don't know where it pains. Because the state of public schools is very poor. Students are sitting on the floor to learn. Classrooms are leaking. So I think that the government needs to up and do it in putting these classrooms in order. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Clinton. Emeka in Woji, good morning.
Good morning, my brother. The statement of Sim, that owes no word apology. Sim owes no word apology. I want to remind one of my brother, his principal, when he was a governor, all his children studied in Canada. We were here when he went to Canada, with one of the schools when his son was graduating. What did the good news say then? The government, he thought that maybe we forgotten what people did. Even if where the good news from, this road was made by Wike, the former governor of Rivers State. And they appreciate him. Now they are in a position, they thought that we forgotten what happened. When the former governor, all the children studying in Canada with our own money, they did not complain. Why are they behaving like this? Why are they behaving like this? Even when they are in government, look at the Timari created by them. And Timari was hacked by the same time, Timari himself. Is it RLC for creating the and he was paying them 7 months while the Savage left the government. Why are they behaving like this? Thank you.
All right, Emeka from Woji, thank you. I still maintain anybody has a right to take their child anywhere. What we should be focusing on is whether your child is here or not, do what is needed. Make sure our public schools are affordable and of standard. Before we go on the commercial, Obioma Noble on Facebook, NLC should hide their face in shame. They've disappointed Nigerians and we no longer have confidence in them. Emmanuel Silvanus Okbona Viobo says, it seems like Sim is under pressure to act tough. His composure shows he's a gentle person, but he acts like someone who has a point to prove. Thank God ability Twigbu says Nigerians are being punished unnecessarily. NLC reacts to petrol price increase. This hike in price of petrol will be a test to the NLC president. There's no need shouting at the hike. Act and save Nigerians from this unnecessary suffering. I think it was one of the callers yesterday said, can't NLC just act? Do they have to? Can't they just do something? Christian Williams says, for me, I strongly believe that God that saw us through the cashless policy will see us through the petrol increase, price increase. Lorenzo Delight says, more people trek at long distances as transport fare increases. Federal government should find a way to make marketers not to depend on exchange rate or global oil price. We'll go for a commercial now. We'll take more messages afterwards.